Ion propulsion is the ultimate sci-fi tech. It powers deep space satellites with zero moving parts. But on Earth, in our thick atmosphere, it's notoriously weak. Traditional ion lifters just don't push enough air. But what if the secret isn't just more voltage, what if it's geometry? This is an inverted rocket bell nozzle designed specifically for electron and ion acceleration. Today, we are testing multiple custom-shaped geometries to solve a massive physics bottleneck. By forcing ionized air particles through a precision-engineered constriction, we are attempting to accelerate them to maximum velocity at the narrowest diameter. Can fluid dynamics unlock the future of propellerless flight? Let's find out. To stay safe, I am using an isolated power supply, keeping my distance during tests, and always using a grounded discharge stick to safely empty the capacitors before touching any part of the prototype. Never try to replicate this setup at home without proper training and protective gear. Before we shape any plastic or shock ourselves with 30,000 volts, let's talk about the fluid dynamics. Normal ion thrusters use flat grids. They push air downward, but the airflow is chaotic and unconfined. To fix this, I am adapting a concept from rocket science, the convergent nozzle. The theory is simple. As air enters the wide mouth of this inverted bell, our emitter grid charges the air particles, turning them into a stream of ions and electrons. As these charged particles are pulled downward by the collector grid, they hit the constriction, the throat of the nozzle. According to mass conservation, when fluid or air is forced through a smaller area, it must speed up. By shrinking the diameter at this exact point, the air pressure increases. At the velocity of the air particles hits its absolute peak height at the exit, we are turning voltage into pure kinetic speed. But to make this fluid dynamic restriction actually work, the electrical setup has to be flawless. Plastic is an insulator, so we need to make the interior of our inverted bells conductive. To achieve this, I am lining the inside walls of the nozzle with ultra-thin metallic adhesive foil. This turns the entire internal curvature into a continuous electrical guide path, forcing the ions to follow the physical shape of the funnel without getting trapped on raw plastic. Now, instead of just using one standard wiring method, we are going to test multiple electronic configurations to find out what generates the highest kinetic particle acceleration. Method A, the classic rim. We line the top rim with an ultrafine copper emitter wire to generate a massive, uniform corona discharge. Down at the narrowest throat, we place a grounded collector ring. This creates a linear electric field pushing everything straight through the bottleneck. In a professional Hall effect thruster, powerful permanent magnets or electromagnets create a strong magnetic field inside the reaction chamber. This magnetic field is designed to trap the lightweight electrons, forcing them into a tight, spinning orbital cloud right in the center of the chamber. By trapping the electrons in the middle, they stay inside the engine much longer instead of instantly crashing into the positive walls. This creates a hyperdense ionization zone. When the heavy xenon atoms pass through this trapped electron cloud, they get hit violently, instantly turning into positive ions. Finally, a massive electric field shoots these ions out the back at interplanetary speeds. While we cannot use a vacuum or xenon gas in this workshop, understanding this magnetic trapping principle is exactly how we can push our DIY atmospheric thrusters to the absolute limit. While these successful tests are exciting, making ion propulsion practically usable for commercial drones is still a massive mountain to climb. There are three critical hurdles we need to overcome. First, the weight limitation. Right now, high-voltage power supplies and transformers are heavy, bulky pieces of hardware. To achieve true untethered flight, the propulsion electronics must be engineered to be ultra-lightweight. Second, the energy density of batteries. Ion thrusters require a massive amount of voltage to accelerate air particles, which rapidly drain standard lithium batteries. We need next-generation battery technology that offers immense power output without adding fatal weight to the drone chassis. And finally, environmental efficiency. Atmospheric ion engines are highly sensitive to weather conditions. High humidity, moisture, or rain changes the electrical conductivity of the air. This can cause immediate short circuits or drastically reduce thrust efficiency. For ion drones to become a reality, the propulsion system must be completely independent of weather and humidity. The road ahead is tough, but every single experiment brings us one step closer to a silent, propellerless future.